Judith David Blair, spokesperson for the group Women in Mining, came out firing against members within the Guyana Gold and Diamond Miners Association, the GGDMA, who continues to show disrespect towards Minister Brooms. She posited the name of one of Minister Brooms' prosecutors, Sherwin Downer.
We now come to this newfound unrecognizable miner advocate who was never a miner and knows nothing about mining in the bush. He was in the AFC and then the PPC as their PR propaganda reporter for the IMC in Bartica. Sherwin Downer needs to stop being led into speaking unfactual things about Minister Brooms and immediately apologize for defiling our character, for he knows absolutely nothing about Minister Brooms in relation towards our fighting in the trafficking in person scenario for women in and out of mining and our young girls who are sexually abused and enslaved in the mining areas.
Recently, a case was made against Minister Brooms to President David Granger to sack the minister for being a minor while holding the office of a minister. However, it was later discovered that her mining business had been handed over to her daughter days after Brooms was appointed. Blair said the same people who were in the GGDMA were afraid of being discovered by the minister as being crooks within the mining industry. Some of these are more than wolves in sheep clothing, Blair's explained.
I think it's more of an afraid to be caught situation with Minister Brooms being there, more than a conflict of interest with Minister Brooms. It's like, I want to say straight, people are afraid that the right thing will have to be done. And some areas where GGMC workers told us we could not work, like the road, it has all been worked out by Brazilians. At the same road they told me, Judith, as a Guyanese, not to work, that they didn't know Brazilians work it out. They knew, because they're in there every week. So these are the things people are afraid of with Minister Brooms, more than conflict of interest, but they gotta find something to say. But we saying to them this morning, we're advocates for Minister Brooms and the women in mining.
The women miners believe that President David Granger made a good choice in appointing Minister Brooms to the post because the truth will be made known.
So we decide as women this morning that we gotta be heard and we gotta stop this disrespect and we have to put a spoke in the wheel of GGDMA. GGDMA have no right to call on the immediate removal of Minister Brooms. Why? She is there, and I think the president has made a very good choice in putting her there, because people say when Hassa come from trench bottom and tell you we got fever, he know what he's saying. And only Ms. Brooms could tell what is happening in the mining industry and tell the truth.
George, the Women Mining Group are calling on the government to revisit proposals on other tax benefits that have to go through the GGDMA. These benefits, they say, never filtered down to the small miners. Blair also believes that Minister Brooms will call a spade because she is a fighter for the ordinary man. Back to you, George.